Welcome, everyone. Join us on the remarkable journey of Maurice Gibb, one-third of the iconic Bee Gees, whose talent and innovation left an indelible mark on the world of music. So let's dive in. Maurice Ernest Gibb. Born 22nd December 1949 in Douglas, Isle of Man. Born into a musical family, he was the son of Barbara and Father Hugh, a drummer. He shared a special bond with his fraternal twin, Robin Gibb, with Maurice being the younger of the two by 35 minutes. Alongside his older siblings, sister Leslie, brother Barry, and an additional brother, Andy, would be born in 1958. In January 1955, Maurice Gibb's family relocated to Manchester, England, setting the stage for the musical journey of the Gibb brothers. At the tender age of 5, Maurice embarked on his musical career by joining the Rattlesnakes, a skiffle rock and roll group formed with his siblings Robin and Barry, along with neighborhood friends Paul Frost and Kenny Horrocks. Their debut performance took place on December 28, 1957, at a local cinema, where children were invited to sing between films. Maurice accidentally broke their intended record, but undeterred, they sang live and delighted the audience with their harmonies. When Maurice was 8, his family relocated to Redcliffe, Queensland in Australia, where he and his brothers established the Bee Gees. Transitioning to Sydney in January 1963, the group released their first single, The Battle of the Blue and the Grey, which failed to chart. Throughout the early to mid-1960s, the Gibb brothers collaborated with various artists, including Judy Stone, Johnny Devlin, Jimmy Hannon, Trevor Gordon, Michelle Ray, and Nolene Batley, honing their musical talents and expanding their repertoire. In 1966, Maurice, alongside his brothers, penned their inaugural song, The Storm. Simultaneously, he embarked on his journey as a guitarist and bassist for the band, recording his first solo composition, All by Myself, where he also showcased his guitar skills. Throughout the year, the Gibb brothers collaborated with a diverse array of artists, including Bip Addison, Sandy Summers, Ann Shelton, Vince Maloney, April Bryan, MPD Limited, Ray Brown and the Whispers, Ronnie Burns, Lori Barmer, Marty Roan, VYT, Python Lee Jackson, Dennis Knight, Barrington Davis, Jenine, and John Blanchfield. The release of their second album, Spicks and Specks, in 1966, featured Where Are You?, marking Gibb's initial solo writing credit to be unveiled. In March 1967, Maurice and his brothers collaborated with Billy J. Kramer on the recording of Town of Tuxley Toymaker Part 1. During this period, Colin Peterson and Vince Maloney joined the Bee Gees, leading Maurice to focus on playing bass and keyboards. In the middle of 1967, the Bee Gees album, Bee Gees First, hit the shelves to critical acclaim, drawing comparisons to the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, released just weeks earlier. The album featured Maurice's mellotron work on Every Christian Lion-Hearted Man Will Show You, evoking the spirit of the moody blues. Their first UK #1 single, Massachusetts, was released in September 1967. The following year, their album Horizontal debuted, and Maurice contributed to the success of Only One Woman, a hit by the Marbles, a side project he was involved in. The Bee Gees' third international album, Idea, released in mid-1968, showcased Maurice's high harmony vocals on tracks like Kitty Can. Early 1969 saw the release of Odessa, featuring Maurice's solo vocals on tracks like Suddenly and I Laugh in Your Face. On March 19, 1969, coinciding with Robin Gibb's announcement of solo plans, Maurice and his bandmates recorded and released Tomorrow Tomorrow. In 1969, Maurice and Barry found themselves as the sole members of the Bee Gees due to Robin's solo endeavors. Their album, Cucumber Castle, showcased Maurice's drumming skills on the track, My Thing. The duo achieved success with hits like Don't Forget to Remember, I.O., and Tomorrow Tomorrow, with Barry taking lead and Maurice providing harmony vocals, but their popularity waned over time. During this period, Maurice also participated in the supergroup Foot, recording Have You Heard the Word, the band consisting of Gibb on vocals, bass, and guitar, with Steve Kipner, Steve Groves, and Billy Laurie. Maurice's spot-on impersonation of John Lennon in the song led some Beatles fans to mistake it for a lost Beatles track, sparking intrigue and even prompting Yoko Ono's attempted registration of the song as a Lennon composition in 1985. On December 1, 1969, Maurice and Barry announced the breakup of the Bee Gees. In April 1970, Maurice ventured into a solo career with the release of his first single, Railroad, backed with I've Come Back. Although his debut solo album, The Loner, was never officially released, all the tracks featured guitar work by Leslie Harvey from Stone the Crows. Maurice also showcased his lead vocal skills on 3 songs for the album, Singer Rude Song, released in May 1970 in the UK. In 1976, New Blood Records released Bee Gees Information, credited to Maurice, containing 4 tracks from The Loner as a limited edition for fan clubs. During this time, Maurice collaborated with Billy Laurie to form the supergroup The Bloomfields, recording a shortened version of The Loner for a single release in 1972 on Pi Records, intended for the film Bloomfield. After a brief hiatus, the Bee Gees reunited on 21st August 1970, with Maurice starting to take on more lead vocal duties on tracks during the 1970s, lending his distinctive voice to songs like Lay It On Me, Country Woman, On Time, and You Know It's For You. In 1981, Maurice embarked on a solo project, recording instrumental tracks for his unreleased album Strings and Things. Among these compositions was Image of Samantha, a poignant piece that appeared to pay tribute to his daughter Samantha. Throughout the early 1980s, Maurice continued to showcase his musical talents beyond the Bee Gees. In 1982, he made a notable appearance at the San Remo Festival, delivering a soulful rendition of Wildflower, a Bee Gees song for which he provided lead vocals on the album Living Eyes. The following year, in 1983, Maurice revisited the track On Time and recorded it anew, alongside Hold Her in Your Hand. Collaborating with renowned arranger Jimmy Haskell in February 1984, Maurice contributed to the film's soundtrack of A Breed Apart, showcasing his versatility and adaptability as a musician. He further expanded his repertoire with Miami, a musical score, a captivating composition later featured in a promotional film set in Miami. Maurice's creative endeavors culminated in the release of his second single, Hold Her in Your Hand, issued in select regions including the UK, Australia, and South Africa. Amidst his solo ventures, Maurice remained an integral part of the Bee Gees, actively participating in the writing and recording process for their album ESP. His standout performance on the track Overnight underscored his enduring contribution to the group's sound and legacy. In July 1985, Maurice demonstrated his musical prowess by composing and recording the instrumental track The Supernaturals. The piece was subsequently featured in the film of the same name, marking Maurice's foray into the realm of film scoring. Not content with merely contributing music, Gibb made a cameo appearance in the film, further showcasing his versatility as an artist. Fast forward to April 24, 2001, and the Bee Gees released their 23rd and final studio album, This Is Where I Came In. Among the standout tracks were Gibb's own compositions, Walking on Air and Man in the Middle. During his career, Maurice also embarked on studio collaborations, starting as a session musician in 1966 in Australia for various artists like Bip Addison, Anne Shelton, and others. By 1969, he found himself collaborating with neighbor Ringo Starr on the track Modulating Maurice, showcasing his versatility. Additionally, Maurice contributed his piano skills on Robin Gibbs's solo album, playing on tracks like Saved by the Bell and providing bass on Mother and Jack. Around 1970, Maurice showcased his musical versatility by playing piano on George Harrison's Isn't It a Pity, featured on Harrison's iconic album All Things Must Pass. His studio collaborations introduced him to notable musicians like Phil Collins, Phil Spector, and Ringo Starr. In 1971, Maurice ventured into production, working on Lulu's track Everybody Clap, which boasted a star-studded lineup including Led Zeppelin's John Bonham on drums and Cream's Jack Bruce on bass. He also lent his talents as a bassist on Billy Laurie's Freedom and produced singles like Baby Come On Home with Billy Laurie. Throughout the early 70s, Maurice's production work expanded, including albums for artists like Jimmy Stevens and Bob Sacker. In 1973, he participated in his younger brother Andy Gibb's first recording session, showcasing his support for family talent. Transitioning into production, Maurice collaborated with Steve Klein to produce the Osmonds' album Stepping Out in 1978, which featured a cover of the Bee Gees' hit Rest Your Love on Me. His songwriting prowess was evident in compositions like The Love That Was Lost in 1978 and Last Affair of the Heart, co-written with Tim Rice in 1980. Additionally, Maurice worked closely with his brothers Barry and Robin on various projects, including co-writing Shine Shine with Barry, which became a top 40 hit in the U.S. His versatility extended to background vocals, as seen in Larry Gatlin's Indian Summer in 1985. Maurice's diverse talents also encompassed production work, demonstrated in Corolla's album Runaway in 1986. In one of his final musical endeavors, Maurice collaborated with his brother Barry on the demo of I Cannot Give You My Love, contributing his skills on keyboards. The song, intended for Cliff Richard, showcased Maurice's enduring dedication to his craft and his ongoing commitment to creating music. Though it marked the end of an era, Maurice's legacy as a talented musician and collaborator still continues to resonate in the world of music today. Personally, Maurice's life was marked by both public relationships, private struggles, and alcoholism. His courtship and marriage on 18th of February 1969 with Scottish pop singer Lulu was the subject of media attention, with the couple's on-again, off-again romance making headlines. Despite their initial attraction, their relationship faced challenges, ultimately leading to their separation and eventual divorce. Both Maurice's and Lulu's heavy drinking compounded their marital issues, reflecting a period of personal turmoil. In the same year, he was seen in public with Hungarian singer Sarolta Zlatny, sparking rumors and speculation about their relationship. However, Maurice later clarified that he was not romantically involved with Zlatny, dismissing the rumors as unfounded. He then married his second wife, Yvonne Spensley Gibb, on October 17, 1975. The couple had 2 children together, and their marriage endured until his untimely death. However, Maurice struggled with alcoholism, and in 1991 he reached a low point when he brandished a gun at his wife and children after a prolonged period of heavy drinking. Concern for their safety. Yvonne and the children left Maurice and sought refuge with his brother Barry Gibb. They made it clear that they would not return until Maurice addressed his alcoholism. Recognizing the severity of the situation, his brothers, especially after losing Andy, intervened to help him overcome his addiction. Maurice acknowledged his guilt over not reaching Andy before his death, which motivated him to seek help and recover. He voluntarily entered rehab and committed to getting sober, and staying sober until his passing. Sadly, on January 12, 2003, at the age of 53, Maurice's passing stunned the world. Following surgery for a twisted intestine at Mount Sinai Medical Center in Miami Beach, Florida, he tragically went into cardiac arrest. Surrounded by his wife and children, Maurice passed away suddenly. A private funeral attended by around 200 close family and friends, including notable figures like Michael Jackson and Harry Wayne Casey, was held to honor his memory. After the service, Maurice's body was cremated. Reflecting on his life, journalist Jennifer Volpe described the occasion as emotional yet filled with humor, highlighting Maurice's zest for life. Barry and Robin Gibb, deeply affected by their brother's sudden demise, expressed confusion and concern over the circumstances surrounding his surgery and subsequent passing. Robin, grappling with the loss, shared his disbelief, expressing a sentiment shared by many who knew Maurice intimately. Maurice's death marked a profound loss for the Bee Gees and music lovers worldwide, with his brothers temporarily halting their performances as a group before later resuming occasional appearances under the Bee Gees banner. Tragically, the Gibb brothers would face further heartache with the passing of Robin in 2012, marking the end of an era for the iconic trio and their fans. And there you have it. As we reflect on the life and legacy of Maurice Gibb, his contributions to music continue to inspire generations. Though he may have left us too soon, his timeless melodies and unforgettable performances ensure that his spirit lives on in the hearts of fans worldwide. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe for more videos just like this. Take care and bye for now.